Okay, this was an explanation on RVBD, and I'm just going to really jump right into it because you should know. I mean, we've been covering it for the past few days, so you should get an idea of what's going on here. Basically, what we're looking at is this big triangle pattern, which is looking like it's coming to fruition. One thing to be aware of, and I'm going to zoom in since year to date. Currently, we're above the 20-day, the 50-day, the 200-day. And we've been consolidating above that range for the last week, 6 trading sessions or so, and that's something to be aware of. Also, we are above the point of control for the last 6 months, which helps. And the last time we had a little move, the 2 down days that we had were stuffed by this point of control level, by the 200-day, and really by the 50 and 22. And now we're seeing this volatility squeeze start to do what it should do, which is pop out the upside, especially when you're going off support, and that's what we want to see. So we are along the 28 calls, and when I emailed yesterday, I bought around $2.10 on those options, and currently they're trading at, give me 1 second to pull that up, $2.40, so we're up a little bit on those options. Maybe you got a better price than I did, but the important thing is RVBD's starting to work, and we want to let it work. And as far as a target, I'm looking for $3.10 on those options, which doesn't quite give us a 50% gain, but given that I went at the money here, so what I'm looking for is price. I'm looking for price movement of RVBD, or I should say, I want to control RVBD from $28 and up. And I want to do this until May expiration, which is probably around the 18th or so. I don't know the exact date, but I'll tell you really quick. It happens to be the 18th, which I just lucked out by saying that. So what we're looking for is a move in RVBD to the upside by really in the next 3 or 4 weeks. So we bought enough time, right now 45 days, to let this position work for us. And we want to see upside from right here, right now. You could probably get close to putting your stop at break even, maybe right under $2, something like that. But the main thing is that this thing looks like it's going to continue higher. And let it work for you, which putting my limits at $3.10, it puts me in a situation where RVBD has to rise about another $1.20 or so for me to get filled on that, and that puts me right around these recent highs. So I'm not even looking for a home run here. But if this does work out, which I expect it to, the gains will be around 50%, which is what I would like to see. Now, if RVBD really gets going, and for example, tomorrow it's up another 2%, then I may take half of the position off at that $3.10 price level, and then let the other one ride and maybe put in a limit at more towards $4 or 80 to 100% gains. You have to realize when you're in the money now on this option, and when I mean in the money, I mean the underlying price is above your strike price. When you're in the money, you should be, and you have plenty of time decay, you should be playing, in my opinion, more defense than offense, whereas when you're out of the money, you're still looking for the move to basically continue to happen, and you want to at least see it rise to your strike, halfway before the expiration. Therefore, you ensure that you're still doing okay in terms of time, and the likelihood of that position being profitable is still okay. So really, instead of me continuing to talk, I think you get the idea. We're trying to control RVBD from this breakout range. We're looking for a nice pop to the upside. Now, I wouldn't be surprised to see this continue higher and and go above $30.73. But you can't always expect that, and that's why you want to maybe take half of your position off at decent gains and let the other position ride. Or the other half of the position, I should say. So now that you have my risk parameters, basically stop should be close to break even. Give it a little, maybe give it a little wiggle room, and then from there on, you kind of just set your target, watch the price action, and go from there. So the other name that we got involved in, RIMM, which is nothing but a pain in the you-know-what right now. We bought it yesterday. What we did was we bought the 15 by 18 call spread. And what I did was I gave, basically I wanted to take advantage of any move above where the earnings, the close after earnings happened, and that was right around $15. So that's why I went to $15. And as far as an upside target, I wanted to go somewhere at the top end of the range. So why not go to the 2012 highs, and look for a position there. We put this $3 spread on for 75 cents, so we can more than triple our money. We can almost quadruple our money in by May, the same time frame. The only problem is this position has gone completely against me from the beginning. Basically, I'm at my threshold now, and what I mean by that is I was expecting this to kind of keep going. Now it's back at the bottom end of the range. If it drops below 13.50, this is gone, and you're gonna lose a little bit of money, and that's just kind of how it goes. That's trading. Unfortunately, this was frustrating from the beginning. Perhaps I should have done the 15 by 17 spread, which would have allowed me to capture a little more premium on the short call, and the spread would have been probably a $1 spread, but I'd be risking less because that 17 call would help my downside more. Now, with that said, the best way to explain this is we are bouncing off currently the last week's point of control and the point of control for the last 30 days. So that's why it's kind of my threshold. Not only is it the bottom end of this range, but you have some volume support here. You probably have some shorts that were shorting into that major strength. They're probably covering some, and maybe you have some long speculating. But overall, I plan to let this position ride. Right now the position's down about 50%, but it's really down about 35 cents or so. So really not that big of a deal. And considering that our payoff is about almost 4 to 1, I'm more inclined to let it ride than take it off on a right now when it's right at potential support. So really that's it. I will give you an update on these if it's necessary, but the parameters should be in place, and you shouldn't have to worry about anything. So hope this helps. Have a good day.